we have the world's largest wood-mizer. We confirmed it with wood-mizer. It can cut a 40-foot long log up to roughly 6 feet in diameter, just slightly under. So we can cut slabs between 65 to 67 inches wide, a little bit wider if we do a little adaptation with the guards on it. But just incredible capacity. We've got full hydraulics with it, so we can roll a log. We can position it pretty much any way that the hydraulics will allow us to, and it's just a great machine. Huge expenditure, but well worth it. We feel it's really going to allow us to reach the slab market and reach the customers that want big slabs for tabletops and counters and bar tops. We've already outfitted a restaurant down in Santa Cruz. They took 27 tables, all from one log that was figured out of redwood. Just amazing material, and we're really happy that we've got the equipment to do that. The material that falls off of the log, traditionally we've had our employees have to clean it up with shovels and sweep it and lots of maintenance. So I really listened to all of our employees' input before I designed the sawmill, and basically came to the conclusion that we wanted it to be self-cleaning. So how do you have a sawmill clean itself? I thought back to my dad's chicken coop that he built in the 70s. It was self-cleaning, and the chickens roosted over chicken wire on perches, and when they pooped, it went down, hit a metal slide, and went outside. So we one-upped my dad and put a conveyor belt at the bottom, and that way when something falls, it hits a 42.7 degree slide on either side, and it goes down and hits a conveyor and goes into a dumpster. So it's pretty much 97%, 98% self-cleaning. The rest of it we just have to get a broom and push a little bit. For length right now, I put a 34-foot myrtle up there, and the length wasn't an issue at all. Easily we could have cut another 7 feet. We've got it so that if we want to expand the length, we can up to another 20 feet if the need arises for a customer. The diameter, 60-inch diameter logs go through it really easily, so right at 5 feet. The 6 feet are a little bit more of a challenge, but it rises to the occasion and does a really good job cutting it. It's 21.5 feet tall from the base where the conveyor is to the top of the head rig, which is a little scary for some people if they're not used to heights. We're basically sawmilling about 12 to 14 feet off the ground most of the time. So some of the comments from one of the wood-mizer people was, I'd be afraid to use the mill because it's up in the air. But you get used to it. It's not so bad. 21.5 feet tall from the conveyor to the top of the cutter head. As far as the length on it, the track is, I think we're just shy of 70 feet of track for length that we run. Some of it's inside the building so we can store the cutter head to keep it out of the weather, and then raise the door up and take it outside to do our cutting. It weighs, if you add up all of the gravel, which there's 4 feet of gravel underneath, that we put in for seismic because we run a log loader right next to it, so it's basically an earthquake machine. The log loader weighs 125,000 pounds. It can pick up 57,000 pounds with 68-inch grapples. So we got the log loader to match the sawmill and the planer to match the sawmill, so we've got the full package. It weighs 5.5 million pounds with all the rock, concrete, and steel. Just a massive machine, a massive operation.